the top name available in the portal, and that is Tulane running back Mekhi Hughes. What's the latest on him?
Well, Mekhi Hughes was out in Eugene over the weekend helping his little brother, five-star cornerback Naeem Alford, move in. Naeem Alford from Birmingham, Alabama, spurned Auburn, flipped from Ohio State to Oregon at the end of the recruiting cycle, putting pen to paper for the Ducks in December. He said, I talked to Naeem Alford at the Under Armour game last week. He said that final decision was in the Tuesday night into Wednesday morning when he put pen to paper for the Ducks. But he said nobody recruited him harder or better than Oregon, Dan Lanning and company. And their father, Kaori Alford, told me numerous times during the process, Dan Lanning was their favorite head coach. That's relevant here in this transfer portal recruitment, as Oregon hosted him over the weekend. Now, they have Jordan James on roster. Will Jordan James return to Oregon? Will he go to the NFL? I think that's all pivotal in what happens here. But if Jordan James goes to the NFL, I think it's a foregone conclusion that Mekhi ends up with the Ducks. And we'll see if he ends up with Oregon anyways.
Yeah, seems like it's certainly trending that way. Now, another big name hit the portal recently and created a ton of buzz. We're talking Texas A&M wide receiver Noah Thomas. He was at Georgia over the weekend. Steve, what are your sources saying on Thomas?
Well, I like the way it's trending for Georgia. Georgia finally hit in the portal over the weekend on Sunday, landing the Branch brothers, Zachariah Branch, the number 3 overall player in the On3 industry transfer portal rankings, number 2 receiver, and his brother, safety Zion Branch, both transferring from USC to Georgia. And the Bulldogs are all in on Texas A&M receiver Noah Thomas. There had been some buzz around Miami and some other programs, but this looks like it's coming down to Georgia. Or could he go back to Texas A&M where he's familiar with the offense, familiar with the quarterback, familiar with the strength and conditioning, has his girl over there in College Station. But Georgia is a program that has certainly picked up steam. He likes Georgia. His family likes Georgia. And receiver was really a point of emphasis for Kirby Smart and the staff this portal cycle. If they can add Noah Thomas to Zachariah Branch, that would be a heck of a portal haul for the Bulldogs as they try and push towards the college football playoff and beyond next year.
All right, one of the most coveted DBs currently still in the portal is Takario Davis, who's leaving Arizona. Steve, I know you put a pick in for him. Where do you think Davis will end up?
Well, there was some talk that he could put his name into the NFL draft, but Pete Nakos and I are both hearing that Washington is in great position from several different sources. We like the Huskies, and that's where our On3 RPM sits.
All right, let's talk about Florida State wide receiver Malik Benson. He's departing Tallahassee, and, I thought Tennessee was going to get involved here, but all of a sudden he's trending to another program.
Well, Oregon has the number 3 ranked recruiting class in 2025. They're number 1 in 2026 right now. They're number 8 in the transfer portal ratings on On3. So they are landing talent from all over the place. Oregon is trending for Benson right now. Pete Nakos just put in that On3 RPM in favor of the Ducks. I would not be surprised if I'm joining him soon.
All right. Alabama wide receiver Amari Jefferson put himself back on the market. What are you hearing here?
Well, my On3 RPM is in favor of Tennessee. He said that he would look at several of the schools that he was high on coming out of high school. Tennessee certainly in there, Miami, to name a couple of the others. But the Vols are looking for some depth in their receiver room. The intel favored Tennessee as soon as he went in the portal, and I haven't heard any different as of Monday morning.
All right, let's one more prospect I want to talk about. Purdue defensive lineman Jeffrey Mba. Now, originally signed with Auburn out of high school, transferred to Purdue. Now he's back in the portal. What are you hearing?
I like where Auburn stands for Jeffrey, and I logged an On3 RPM in favor of the Tigers this morning alongside Pete Nakos. Auburn is the number 6 transfer portal class in the country. Defensive line, a point of emphasis. They'd love to add Jeffrey back to the fold, and I think they will.
Wow, Auburn staying hot in the transfer portal. You guys talk to us about some of these latest transfer portal nuggets. Where do you think the top players available could end up landing? Let us know. Comment section below.